Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your monthly reading for December, and this will be for the sign of Pisces. Let's see what's coming up in December for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. A big thank you for you all. I really love what I'm doing here and I enjoy every time I sit down and do readings. Please remember though that the readings are general. They do flip-flop. If you're cross-watchers, sometimes they will be about you too. So just remember that. Okay, I am using the Before Tarot here. And Pisces, we have the Hierophant coming out for you. This is about long-term stability. It's about moving forward in a more traditional way. You may be considering, maybe you've sort of been more erratic in your work or your love or your life, and it's now about settling down and becoming more stable, something long term. You could be settling in one place, settling for one person, looking at marriage, but certainly feeling like you want to settle down here. The Nine of Wands is here. So the Nine of Wands talks of putting in boundaries, understanding personal boundaries, not allowing people to come into your space that aren't going to bring you your greatest good. So with this particular card, I always think of the boundaries you're setting for yourself as being sort of your set of rules around how you want to be treated. Sometimes though we can be a little bit too stringent with our boundaries and we don't allow people to come beyond, or we set our boundaries too low and then we don't really see what we can achieve. So whatever this is for you, there is definitely a consideration of boundaries here. You could have come out of some sort of relationship or some sort of situation. Maybe you're looking back at your past, trying to see what you have done in the past that you don't want to repeat, especially with that boundaries card there. Maybe you've been a person who has had some, tough relationships, tough situations that you don't want to go through again. And the card of boundaries then says to me that you need to be a little bit more kinder to yourself and set yourself some limits on what you'll accept and what you won't. You are closing out a cycle here. The Ten of Wands talks about carrying around a lot of responsibility for a while. So maybe you're ready to let go of that responsibility. There is a need for balance here to move into the future. So when I look at that as a story, this is very much about understanding what you want moving into the future and setting things how you want them, understanding what you desire and what you don't desire in your life, and being able to say no to things that have perhaps put you backwards before. So let's get more on the story. Okay, so you're coming up as the Queen of Cups, Pisces. So this is very much, it's a beautiful card because it talks about being very intuitive, being really in touch with your emotions, but also being in touch with your intuition. So there's sort of like a knowing here with this card. You really know what you want and how you're going to do things going forward. I really do feel like this is your energy. It's like you really are in tune with yourself at this time. Male or female, you're still taking on that energy. Yeah, this is very much to do with give and take, understanding, that what you're putting into a relationship, what you're putting into life, work, everything has to return to you what you're getting. If you're putting in a lot of energy at work and you're only getting paid a measly pay, then the job isn't for you. You need to find something that actually brings in, because a lot of people will accept that, and you don't have to. You just have to have the attitude of not limiting, not self-limiting, not believing that you don't deserve anymore, because you do. And this is what this is about, understanding what you deserve. So there's some choices to be made, sometimes choices that will be quite heartbreaking because it means cutting out things from your life that you no longer want. Sometimes this can be about stalemate too. So you could be stuck at the moment trying to really marry up the ideas of what you want with what you're actually getting, because sometimes we don't understand what we manifest. We believe with those boundaries that we only deserve a certain amount of things, and here the universe is saying you deserve much more than what you think you do, and you need to cut out things that don't serve you and accept and embrace these things coming in here, because it's meant The universe is here to serve you. So you just have to understand that you deserve more than you're currently accepting. And for me, this cup here can be about self-love. It can be understanding that your value is really high and therefore you deserve to have better things in your life. It could be that you are bringing in someone new, or you do want love in your life, but you're also looking back at what you've had in the past and going, I don't want what I've been having. I want something new now. I want something more stable, something long-term. Maybe you're looking at, settling down, getting married, having someone in your life that really is who you want them to be. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. So something is about to change very quickly here. The Eight of Wands talks of messages over the airways, like messages going backwards and forwards. Communication here. Passionate communication. Something that's sparking new growth here. So it could be a new relationship coming in here, but you're very passionate about this. Oh, wow. What a nice reading. So Ace of Pentacles talks about something more stable. Maybe you're financially more stable now. Maybe you're with the Hierophant, you're feeling because you're more stable that you can bring something new in here. This is the card of brand new beginnings, and look what you have next. So you are calling in a soulmate here, Pisces. You're ready now. You're ready for something long-term, something more committed. Perhaps you haven't felt that way previously. The Hanged Man here. So you've been perhaps contemplating this, contemplation. You've been contemplating this for a while by the looks of this. It's about you have taken the time and energy out now to understand what it is you want. And you're now going after some sort of more committed relationship. Five of Swords coming out here, which is quite interesting. So often with the Five of Swords, I always feel like it's, winning the battle but not winning the war. There's this feeling here that you've accomplished a lot of things in the past, but you still feel you have a long way to go. So I feel that this is like a self-sabotage here, and you need to let this energy go. I'm going to put another card on that. Moving towards more stability, understanding the value of boundaries, but not setting them so low that you don't realize what you deserve here. Not concentrating on what's gone by in the past, but trying to understand that you have two cups here in your future. So if it's long-term love or long-term situations you're after, that is what you're heading towards. You are closing out some sort of cycle here. So there's this energy to me, when I see this Five of Swords, I think that perhaps you've gone up against things in the past where, you've wanted to see something. Maybe you haven't found what you were looking for. Oh my goodness. I feel like bursting into song here, but I won't put you still haven't found what you were looking for. And it's coming in for you here, but it's been a battle for you in the past for some reason. Maybe it's been a battle to sort of have something long term, a battle to find the love you were looking for, but there's definitely this feeling here of battling to find what you wanted, battling for a new start, battling to close out the cycle. Rightio. So what I have here is I have the Fool, the World, and the King of Swords. Okay, so what this is about here, it's you understanding with this Five of Swords that sometimes you have to cut things out that don't serve you, okay? Sometimes you have to discontinue. Perhaps you've been the type of person who keeps milking things and doesn't realize that sometimes you just have to say it's not working and let it go. So you may be a person who keeps doing that. It could be that you haven't been able to form a long-term relationship with someone because perhaps you have been the one who's severed relationships in the past. You may have been not ready for commitment here. What I want to say to you is things are changing very, very quickly here. There is a closing out of cycle, which I definitely felt further back, and a brand new start. So it's like you are understanding the need to make changes in your life by putting down things that no longer serve you, by understanding that sometimes you just have to walk away from things. And I feel like it's either you've had, years of conflict with others, or even yourself. Maybe you don't believe in yourself and you're cutting things off because you don't Let me just go into that energy a bit. Maybe you cut things off before they get too serious. Maybe you're worried about commitment. Maybe it's a fear of commitment here. But you're getting there, so don't worry. We do have the card of No Place Like Home coming out here, though. So that's the card of 50. Okay, so this is about authenticity. So this is about living in your truth, and I can see this here. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. Rightio, so you're finally feeling like you want something stable, because home can be about yourself, not just about something physical. This card signals your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin, and is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. So there is something about you finding the stability and now wanting to share that with someone else. Someone is definitely coming in for you though, Pisces. Someone is on their way. So there is a promise of love here, something more stable, something that fits in with your ideas of what you want in the future. Beautiful reading for December.